So one of the biggest songs in Afrobeat right now that is topping the charts and is doing well and is one of the most Shazammed song in Afrobeat right now is Barry J's See Me See God. Today we'll be breaking down this amazing beats in FL Studio. Like I always say, if you like videos like this, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comment or contribution, drop it in the comment section of the video. Sure to get back to you ASAP. The link to download the stems of this amazing beats will be in video description. You can download it for yourself and make bangers with it. So I'm going to start from the chorus here. So this is what the chorus is playing. The first thing here is the drums, and these are the drums. And for the drums, majority of the drums I'm using is from the JHAY drum kit volume 1 and the JHAY drum kit volume 2. These are the drum kits I use to make my beat remix. And this is what the drums sound like on its own. Then we have this bass line right here. And for the bass line, I'm using Purity, and it is the Anna bass guitar under the bass guitar bank in Purity. Then I send it to the mixer where I have some effect on it. I have my compressor with Farfita Pro C2 and just to compress. Then I have some wave with the R bass, then Fruity chorus to make it wider a little bit. Then my A1 stereo controller, but I did not eventually use it. Then my limiter for some sidechaining to the bass, which we'll talk about later in the video. Then EQ, and I boosted the highs a little bit in the mid range. And after that, there are this melody playing. So for that melody, that was what played in that section of the song. And for that, I'm using two sounds. The first one is from GMS. It is the Bell FM Bell from GMS. Then I layer with the sound from Flex, which is the Ace Nylon Light from Flex. I send both of them to the same mixer chain where I have my chorus, my flangers, then Blood Overdrive for some distortion, Stereo Shaper, then Parametric EQ, I said the highs, then some delay with the Fruity delay, a reverb, EQ to cut out the lows of that sound. So the next thing they added was this sound right here. Now that's the chord progression of the song that I played from the beginning to the end. And I'm using two different sounds for that particular progression. The first one is from Muffin. It is the pad FM UFO MC under the pad bank in Muffin. Then I layered it on that sound from the Roland Super JV. It is the Water EP under the E-piano bank. Then I send both of them to the same box where I just have my EQ on it, just to remove some lows of the sound. And for the pad, I just left it the way it is. I really did not do anything to it. Then after that, we had this sound right here, like a choir sound. Now in that section of the beat, we had that feel of a choir playing in the background. So I had to use a sound from S-Band 2 to emulate it. And the preset I used is the female whole choir from S-Band 2. And it's just playing the same chord progression I showed you earlier, nothing really crazy. And for the effect on it, I just have my EQ to cut out the lows. then my stereo shaper to make it wider, then I added some supermassive. I'm always using the 80 space verb preset under the reverb in supermassive. That's what I always use, and I reduced the mix to 24%. Basically that's what they did for this session of the beat. It's really, really simple, nothing really crazy, just the drums and the chords and the bass line. Now let's move to the next part of the beat. Now for this particular part of the beat, this is where the verse of JHAY comes in, and every other thing is the same. The drums, the shakers, the chord progression is the same, and then they added some string sound. Now for the chord progression, you notice that it's a little bit more food in this section of the beat, and the reason is because they add an EQ, a filter EQ on it. Now if I remove the filter, you listen to what it sounds like. Let me play the chords without the filter. So let me play with the filter. So in that section of the video, I had like a filter on it just to remove the high end of the pad, just to make it more muffled. And if you listen to the song carefully, that's what they did in the original song. And the way I did that was just to create this automation note right here and use a filter on the pad. So let me go to the pad. So the automation is here right now. So if I drag it out, if I play it now, you see the automation drags the EQ down just to make it prominent in the mid. So that's how you get that underwater effect that was used in the session. Then they added this. So for those strings, I'm using two presets. One is from Xenology's, the AS small strings. Then the next one is from Flex, which is the violin sustain from Flex. I sent both of them to the same mixer chain, where I just have my EQ on it. That's what I have on it, just remove the low end. And then they added this sound as well. And that sound is from Lamb Lizard. It's the B-Fly one in the tiny bass bank in Flex, and I just sent it to the mixer where I just removed the low end. I don't need it in the sound. Then I added my stereo enhancer to make it wider. And basically that's what they did for the session of the beat. Now for this second part of the verse, they added a longer string. Now for this string, I'm just playing one note, but I'm using different octaves just to make the string sound very rich and full. That's what I'm doing there. Now let's move to the next section. So the first thing they did here that made it different from the other part was to add a log drum, and this is what the log drum sounds like. I'm using 3 different sounds. And the first one is from Fruity the Extent, my personal log drum preset. And I layered it on that log drum from Armless. Now, if you go to the perk section under the Armless VST, you see the log drum there, and that's what I did. So I layered it together. Then I have this one as well. It's the one shot that I use as well. That's how I got it. And for the effect on them, I just ended up in the same mixer, but so I have my compressor with the Fruity compressor, then my transient shaper. I reduced the mix to 12%, then canal crusher, then my factors are for some distortion, and my EQ cut out some lows and highs as well. And basically that's what they did for this session of the beat. Now for this particular part, they added the bass line I showed you earlier and the log drum playing. So the only way I could make them play together was to add a sidechain to it. And that's where I added the sidechain to the bass. I play it together, you see the bass and the log drum. Now, how I did that was just add a sidechain to the bass, and I just sidechained the log drum to the bass. And if I play it now, you see the log drum is being sidechained to the bass. Now, this is what the sidechain is doing. It's just making the synth bass talk every time the log drum hits. And basically that's what they did for this session of the beat. And every other thing is just the same. They just copied and pasted it over again. And very, very simple, actually. Very, very simple beat. Nothing really crazy. I'm going to play everything for you guys as I listen to what it sounds like together. basically that's how by JHAY's See Me See God was made. Very, very simple beat. They just gave a lot of room for the artist to sing on it. The melodies were catchy, the drums were very, very simple and punchy, and they made an amazing banger with it. Like I always say, if you like videos like this, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comment or contribution, drop it in the comment section of the video. I'll surely get back to you ASAP. The link to download the stems of this amazing beat will be in the video description. You can download it for yourself and make bangers with it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.